as of the past few weeks, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Mike Wang, he been in his bag. He is in his bag. He been dropping all that news and answering a lot of questions. If you haven't been on Twitter, you might want to go on Twitter and go look at everything Mike Wang has said. But as of me dropping a video explaining you guys about all the new attribute requirements that's in the game now. As of jump shots, y'all know it's going to be NBA player names jump shots, but as it's going to be more requirement, it's just not going to be, oh, you have to be a certain height. Now it's going to be attribute based as well, but also with dribble moves, it does change. But look, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe right now, put on those notifications, but if you haven't yet as well, make sure you drop a like on this video. But as of me talking about this, there's going to be certain things about the game that's going to really change, but it's going to help the game be more balanced. But one thing that a lot of guards are not thinking about when it comes to NBA 2K23 that we did not have to worry about any other years prior, that's going to really change the game. But as the most important part when it comes to playing NBA 2K online, especially with a MyPlayer, is the build. The build can really make and break how you end up playing this game. A certain build might choose if you can't dunk the ball, or it might change the meta of how the game is played. As I'm on a play shot from patch 1, I noticed this play shot does not have no strength. And I noticed from all the builds I end up making, especially like my two-way threat, this build does not have strength as well. Even on my builds on current gen, I can say I maybe have 2 builds that have a high strength, at least like a 60 and up on my builds. But as of literally playing, this is going to be a big problem for guards. It's going to definitely be a big problem, especially if you're someone that's going to be super small. That might end up being a big problem, especially how they're going to change the MyPlayer builder. But if you're someone that's going to go a little bigger, this is one thing about that. Now you got to worry about if your jump shot is going to be high enough to unlock certain jump shot animations. So it's a lot of things that you got to consider when it comes up to doing this. But if you guys end up watching my last video about my dream build, this build right here, this is the build I've been using lately. And if you look at this build, it's very balanced, to be honest. It can do about almost everything, but it's not like a 99 in every stat. But as of actually trying to make a build, as of that build being 6'2" with a 6'7" wingspan, I didn't want my wingspan to be that long because I know I'm not going to be able to get certain jump shot releases on my build because you need a certain rating. And I told some of you guys that my ideal height for my build as a guard is going to be around the 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" height, because I know especially on this game you're going to need slashing. But as of this build being 6'3", 170, 6'5" wingspan, if you look at it, I get more speed than I would get if I make this build 180 pounds or 190, but that's not the main point. It's about the strength on the build. If you're someone that's not going to end up putting strength on your build and you're playing against a lockdown or somebody that has some type of strength, you're going to feel that when it comes to dribbling the ball and getting bumped. Because if somebody bumps you, you have a 25 strength versus somebody who has like a 45, a 50, or even somebody with a 70. It is going to be very difficult for you to get around that player, because I'm telling you, defense is going to be the prior key on NBA 2K23, but with 2K moving towards the more realistic basketball and the more simulation basketball, I'm gonna tell you this now. When it comes to defense, they are not playing. They are going to be more defense heavy than actual offensive heavy. They're trying to make the game more defensively than offensively. And to be honest, for the past few years, that's what the community has been actually asking for. But look, as me upgrading this build, as the new requirements for the certain attributes that you gotta have, look, as you having an 80 drive and dunk and a 60 vertical, you get quick drops off 1. That's what a lot of people are going to end up having. But remember, you still can get straight arm tomahawks, but now it's going to end up changing that you're going to at least have a 70 vertical to have straight arm tomahawks now. And now that's going to lead you to have 2 great dunk packages on this game. But look, as of all the time when you end up playing this game, most of you guys, y'all layup be like at a 60, a 65, especially on those play shots that can dunk. Y'all mostly have y'all layups low. But now with 2K changing the requirement that you have to have an 80 driving layup to get long athlete animations, plus being able to hit your layup actually consistently with an 80 driving layup, a lot of people are going to actually change this when it comes to making their build, because having an 80 driving layup, you get a bumped out of dunk animation and you still can make it. It's going to be more possible versus somebody that's not going to have an 80 driving layup, or even having a 65 or a 70. It's going to definitely be a certain threshold that you're going to need when it comes to that. But as of shooting, hey, shooting is going to be real big this year. A lot of people are going to be very unique, especially when it comes to jump shots. And if you're new to the next gen builder, with next gen, your mid range is connected to your post fade. So if you're someone that likes the post fade on the game, this is one thing that you might want to upgrade as well, because hey, I mess around with the post fades here and there. You might want to mess around with at least an 86 or 85 post fade. It definitely gets the job done. But as of being harder to shoot in NBA 2K23, these are some key things when it comes to actually making an actual good jump shot it's the actual 3-point rating and mid-range. It don't matter if you got a high 3-point rating or a high mid-range. Mike Wang already dropped a table showing you what are the requirements to get certain NBA player bases and releases on this game. Since Mike Wang did confirm that there is no more number releases in NBA 2K23, they are all corresponding to an actual NBA player. So if you're somebody that's looking for a base 3 or somebody looking like for a base 22, this is going to be one of those years that you're actually going to have to lock in on actual jump shots. Like, you're going to have to find your own way, because you're going to have to actually study and see what bases are actually nice, what bases can you actually unlock with the certain jump shot, 3-point rating, mid-range rating, or even height that you have on your build. So look, as of doing that, it's a lot of things when it comes to playmaking. As of the actual, you know what I'm saying, with this build is 6'3", 6'5" wingspan, and it's 171 pounds. But as you guys know, you have to have a 92 ball control to unlock Quick Chain. Quick Chain is one of the best badges you can end up having in the game, unless it's like how it was this year when you end up having a certain ball control. You do not even need Quick Chain that high. You can end up putting Quick Chain on silver based on how high your ball control is. And I end up dropping a video on that. If you want to actually watch that, you could. It might end up working in NBA 2K23. But look, as of having a 92 ball control, a 92 speed with ball gets you quick first step on Hall of Fame. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you knew this, but if you have an actual 92 speed with ball, you get quick first step on Hall of Fame. And if you got an 80, you get quick first step on gold. And that's actually crazy. I don't know if these are going to actually change, but if we're going to go off of what this is, and it's going to be similar to 2K23, this is literally the bare minimum that you're going to need when it comes to actually getting a ball control and then getting a speed with ball. But if you want more speed with ball and you can get more speed with ball, I prefer you to put more speed with ball. And as the builds that I'm showing you right now, they are made in metric. These are not glitch builds, they just metric builds. So they're not going to be nothing really crazy. This build really like 6'3.5" or even like 6'3.25", just by literally messing with the metric system. But as of the pass accuracy, since there's no more bullet passer, I'm gonna tell you this now. Between 70 all the way to like 85, you can stick with that. If you go anything past 85, I'm telling you, you're wasting extra pass accuracy. There's gonna be no room for you to do that because you're gonna need it for everything else. So at the minimum, I would say 75, and at the highest, I would say 85. That's literally what I would tell y'all boys when it comes to making a build on NBA 2K23. But as of defense, as you see, my perimeter defense is only at 80. I don't get clamps on goal. That's one thing that I wanted. I want clamps on goal. So you need an 85 perimeter defense. If you don't know, if you never played next gen, you're gonna end up, your perimeter defense is your lateral quickness. But as of doing that, I only get a 42 strength on this build because I weigh 171 pounds. And some of you might be thinking right now, 42 strength, it can definitely get the job done, especially if you're someone that's just at the guard position and you're playing with people that actually can play defense, and they're gonna have builds that correlate with the build and play style that you play with. But as of that, I have a 97 overall already. And as of looking at this build already, I don't have the essentials that I need. I don't have my stamina, I don't got my acceleration, I don't even have my actual block on this build right now. As of the block, it's non-apparent. But look, as we make this build 6'3", again, with the wingspan being 6'5", and the only thing that changes is being the weight, 190, this is going to be the bare minimum things that's going to change by adding just some weight on your build, just because you're going to be taller. I'm telling you, that strength is going to definitely come in handy. As this strength, you get 55. That's 13 more than what you just had just because you went up 20 pounds. But as you're going 20 pounds, you're going to have to sacrifice some speed and acceleration. And also, you're not going to have that speed with ball as high as you used to, because the speed with ball when you was 171 was a 92. And now that causes you to get quick first step on goal. But look, as of my driving dunk, you see I got an 80, and my actual layup, I have an 80. But when it comes to the defensive stats, when I tell you this now, if you don't got a 99 when it comes to perimeter defense, or a 99 when it comes to steal, you are not getting Hall of Fame clamps, or you're not getting Hall of Fame actual pickpocket. So keep that in mind. But if you look at this build right now, you'll be like, okay, it's ready to go. You can play with this build right now. But if it comes to NBA 2K23, if I lower my layup, and I'm gonna show you how much I get back. If I lower my layup to 60, I'm gonna end up having my block, and I'm gonna end up getting my pass accuracy up way more than what I got from only having my build at an 80 driving layup. But having that driving layup and that driving dunk at both 80, I'm telling you, that's gonna eat up all your attributes when you end up making your build in NBA 2K23. So a lot of y'all builds, y'all might wanna lock in, because if you don't, it's gonna be a lot of builds that you might end up making this year that you literally just wasted money on, that you only had to do 1 or 2 things that could have kept you from wasting all that money. But look, I'm gonna show you a build real quick that I was actually looking towards to if you're someone that's gonna go real small, like not super small, but like small compared to what I'm actually used to. So 5'10" or even 5'11", maybe the 6 foot height, or maybe the smallest I might go But as of this one, this is a metric 5'10". This is like 5'10 and a half, or even 5'10 3/4. I'm gonna tell you this now. But as with the weight on this build sitting at 159 pounds with a 6'5" wingspan, I'm telling you this now, it looks like you're gonna have to actually have a longer wingspan on these builds, because with this wingspan being literally 6 inches taller than my regular height, this build unlocks all the actual stats that you need to unlock the requirements when it comes to those animations that you want, especially like the layup. 80 layup, long athlete, circus layups, all the other good stuff, 86 drive and dunk, small contacts, pro contacts, and you got the ability to get alley-oop animations. Then with the shooting, you get a 91 3-pointer, 86 mid-range, with also having the ability to have a free throw on your build. But look, ball control, all you needed was a 92 ball control to get that quick chain on Hall of Fame. Now you got an 83. If you want to lower that if you want to, and nothing has changed compared to 2K23 from 2K22, you can do that. But as of the speed with ball, you got a 96 speed with ball now. Since Mismatch Expert is now a playmaking badge, you really can take advantage of that badge, especially with having that 96 speed with ball. But I think the requirement for Mismatch Expert is maybe like a 95 speed with ball, so or 95 or 94, one of those. But with even having that 94 or even 95 speed with ball to get Mismatch Expert, I'm gonna tell you this now. Having like a guard at 6'3" height and then having your 2 guard or lockdown at least 6'5" or 6'6", it's going to really make a big difference. And then whatever your center wants to be, he might be an inside, he might be an outside. I would say even with those built, a 6'10" would definitely be the best to use unless you're using an inside, I would say 7 foot. But how NBA 2K23 plays, I would say that when it comes to actually playing, that you might need to have that inside center. Like for real, that inside center is definitely going to be a game changer, just because the shooting is going to be way more difficult than what you're used to. When I mean difficult, it's going to be more similar to the 2K21 current gen shooting ability. Y'all all know how that end up going. If you wasn't on the build that was not a play shot, you didn't have your badges, you were not able to shoot like that consistently. You can hit here and there, but you wasn't a main threat when it came to shooting like 2K22. But since you made it this far in the video, you might want to end up going to check out my actual dream build in NBA 2K23. Like when I tell you I have so much fun playing in that build, I hope I can end up making it in NBA 2K23.